The AK-4D is a kinda special weapon. When I just started leveling it up, it felt like it was good and bad at the same time, and I couldn't find a playstyle that suits this weapon best, and what's the purpose of it? I spent plenty of time to understand it and how to be effective using it. And in today's video, my goal is to help and transfer this knowledge to you. We are going to talk about a lot of things in this guide: basic stats and information, range, time to kill, comparison of all main attachments so we can see what performs better, and builds. So pretty much everything that matters. And of course there will be graphics and stats for both multiplayer and red set. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Before we continue, I wanted to say thanks to all of you guys for your support. We are moving forward and not stopping. And that became a reality because of you. Thank you all for your support. Now, let's go back to the AK-4D. On paper, the AK-4D has 33.5 damage, 514 RPM rate of fire, and a 720 meters per second muzzle velocity. It has a standard hipfire stat of 40 points and mobility stat of 52 points for assault rifles, and a precision stat of 26 points with a control stat of 38 points. On one side, it has the power of the TR7, but on the other side, it's a very slow rate of fire. It has pretty good accuracy, but it's hard to use overall, at least for my playstyle. And all of that is polished off with a 20 round mag, which is not that great. This weapon definitely has its pros and cons, and they are pretty contrasting. Now, let's talk about damage profile. Here's the visual for damage zones up to 100 meters in range. It has 3 damage zones. It deals 33.5 damage to the body up to around 21 meters, drops to 25 damage up to 75 meters, and 20 damage past that. As for headshot damage, it deals 44.9, 33.5 and 26.8 damage at relative ranges. With hollow points, we are interested only in the first zone and 50.25 damage. That means this ammo type can be viable within a 21 meter range. So on multiplayer, we have 3, 4 and 5 shot body kill, a 3 shot headshot kill up to 75 meters and a 4 shot kill past that. And with hollow points, it's a 2 shot kill up to 21 meters. Past that, it's the same as the normal headshot. Here's the time to kill graphics for multiplayer, if you need it. We will not discuss it in depth, so feel free to pause or screenshot it. And this is the reason why I couldn't find its purpose and how to play with this gun. It felt like this weapon was created with the thought that it's only a long-range weapon. Its slow rate of fire makes it very hard to use in close ranges, and at the same time you really want to use it in close quarters, due to its big damage like the TR7. And do not forget that such rate of fire means that our mistakes cost more. You really don't want to miss any single bullet while playing with the AK-4D. Moving on to Red Sec. As this weapon is powerful and accurate, I believe it can be good for Gauntlet and Battle Royale at medium ranges. But you'll really want the 25 bullet mag, which is hard to fit for its cost. Anyway, I believe it can shine in the right hands. I don't really recommend using hollow points here, as landing 4 bullets is pretty hard. It's better to spend those 20 points for frangible ammo, as the health regeneration delay is very powerful for Red Sec specifically. The AK-4D is strange, but can be an effective weapon, especially at medium ranges. And to improve our gunplay, we rely on attachments and builds. So now it's the time to test all the main attachments side by side and see how they affect the weapon. All of these tests were made at exactly 20 meters range on my own testing map. No of the attachments were used while testing, so conditions are the same for all of them. First, we will discuss the muzzle section and start with brakes. Here are all of the tests with the brakes section, and the first one is without muzzle at all, as a starting point for us. Personally, I don't think the AK-4D needs any brakes, and it will benefit from suppressors way more. But if we want to make a laser gun build, the 20-point compensated brake is the only cost-efficient choice here. Moving on to suppressors. Suppressors are great, especially for weapons with lower recoil and better accuracy, such as the AK-4D, and I believe they are the best pick for the muzzle section for this weapon specifically. We can clearly see here that you can easily use the flash hider and the standard and the long suppressors. They showed good results for their cost and will definitely get the job done. Now, let's find out what's better for the muzzle section overall. Be aware that these spray patterns can be a bit random, but this graphic represents the median behavior of the weapon. The compensated break is the best for vertical and horizontal recoil control, and is suitable for laser gun builds, aiming for the most recoil reduction you can get. The flash hider does its job for a 10-point cost and will help you with 3D spotting. The standard suppressor is my go-to for low recoil weapons, as it's easy to control, and not being spotted on the minimap can be crucial for us. As for the long suppressor, it gives us most benefit for vertical recoil, but widens our spray the most, which I personally don't like. Overall, you can use any of these for your builds, and they will get the job done. Actually, I have builds for you 3 out of 4 choices shown here, but we'll discuss them a bit later. Alright, now we are moving to the underbarrel section, starting with vertical grips. For the AK-4D specifically, I felt they performed better than any other underbarrel for longer ranges. As for the accuracy downgrade while moving in ADS, it doesn't really matter at up to 40 to 50 meters range, and as we know, most of the fights in this game happen at shorter ranges. Vertical grips are not a must for AK-4D, but are definitely helpful and effective. As we can see, the 10, 25 and 35 point vertical grips are the choices here and the most efficient for their cost. Now for stubbies. Not much to say here as I don't like to use them. I believe they are not cost efficient for most weapons in the game. There are way better choices for the underbarrel in my opinion. But anyway, here are all the results of our testing. If you really want to use stubbies for the AK-4D, I do not recommend using anything but the 45 point low profile stubby, as it improves the most in terms of pattern area. Moving on to angled grips. The slim angled grip is the king for cost efficiency and benefits for most weapons in the game, and I really love to use it in my builds. We can clearly see here that all 4 of these are giving us almost the same results. So the choices here are the hand stop and slim angled grip, as they give us only benefits and 0 downgrades to weapon behavior. Okay, let's look at all of our underbarrel choices side by side and make a summary for this section. I still believe that vertical grips are the best choice for every assault rifle and carbine for the average player, as they improve recoil control the most. Additionally, if you are using a hollow points build, they will help to land those 2 bullets in the first zone, and will make your life a bit easier. And if you are a player who can easily control recoil and spray, the hand stop and slim angle grip are the best choices for you. The new hand stop is interesting, as it gives us the same benefits except for recoil, and if you don't need it, you just save points here for something else. The slim angle grip is basically very, and I mean very, good as underbarrel for easier to control weapons. I do not recommend using the low profile stubby for the AK-4D, it's just too expensive to use. So we can use any of these 5 choices without doubt. Now it's laser time. The first one is the auto laser at all, as a starting point for us. For the AK-4D, I don't think the laser is a must, as this weapon is pretty bad at 10 meter range due to its low rate of fire. But if you have spare points, or you're aiming for a laser gun build using a blue laser, they are never a bad choice. As always, both green lasers perform the best in hip fire for their cost, and the blue laser can be viable only if you are building specifically with it in mind, and I have one build for you using it. And now let's move on to the builds. The AK-4D is not an all-rounder weapon, so I'll give you 3 main builds that I found effective for their specific purposes, including my personal balanced, pushing and the laser gun builds. The first build I call the Balancer. It's my personal favorite that I used the most while playing and testing the AK-4D. I found this one the most versatile you can make out of this weapon, and it suited me well. In the side section, you can take anything that you like, but I recommend something like a Cock 4X. After that, we need the standard suppressor, a 25 point vertical grip, a 20 point blue laser, an extended heavy barrel, and a 20 bullet fast mag. If you want, you can switch the blue laser for a 10 point green laser and take the 35 point classic vertical grip. But I would not recommend it really. This build improves the most needed things for our gameplay, and is aimed at making the AK-4D usable mostly for mid-ranges, improving overall usability and giving us a chance in close quarters. The suppressor passively improves our survivability, as it negates 3D and minimap spotting. We use a vertical grip here for recoil control and easier use, and a heavy extended barrel to improve our precision and muzzle velocity. And we use a blue laser here to improve our accuracy while moving in ADS, and it will negate the downgrade from the vertical grip a bit. Playing with it will become way more comfortable and will make you a second zone killing machine, as the boom clone here is pretty good. I do not recommend this build for close quarter maps, as the slow rate of fire lowers our chances and mistakes are more crucial. But it doesn't mean you can't do anything in close quarters. It's just harder than the TR7 or M417 for example, and this is not built for it. The next build is CQB-OK. This build is aimed at making the AK-4D way more suitable for close quarters, and for the first zone specifically. For the sight, again, take what you want here, but I recommend something like a 2x sight. Next, we take a flash hider, a slim angle grip, a 10-point green laser, an extended barrel, a 20-bullet fast mag, and hollow point ammo. As I said, this build is aimed at making it a killing machine in close quarters and a 2-shot headshot in a 21-meter range. We have everything that we need here, and all the benefits to make it viable. If you can aim and hit those 2 first shots to deal with enemy head, it will be very fast and dangerous. And if you made a mistake, you can easily fix it. You'll have enough recoil control, no 3D spotting for the flash hider, and the laser for hipfire improvement. Additionally, it has good ADS transfer time, which will help us in close quarter situations. Is this the best weapon and build for close combat? Surely not, but it can be dangerous and effective. Moving on to the third build, which I named No Recoil 4D. For sure, this one is aimed at making the most recoil control and accuracy that we can. For the sight section, take the thermal sight. Next, we take the compensated brake, the 35-point vertical grip, and the heavy extended barrel. Nothing more. The compensated brake with the vertical grip gives us the most recoil control, and all we needed was to improve muzzle velocity and precision to hit targets easier at longer ranges. And for spare points, we get the thermal sight to find and remove our targets with ease. Yes, the AK-4D has good recoil from the start, but this one makes it shoot even more precisely and kill your targets even at 80+ meters range while spraying or bursting. This build is very easy to control and play with if you are not a push and play style player. I definitely recommend giving it a try. In conclusion, the AK-4D is a special weapon. It has 2 sides like a coin, one side being powerful and the other being pretty niche. The AK-4D is best suitable for mid and long range fights, but in the right hands can give a fight in close quarters too. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section, and if you have any tips, feel free to share them too. If you liked the video, press that like and subscribe buttons for future content. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.